Ladies, we are keeping it 100 today. Hello everyone, it's Brittany and welcome back to Brittany Unplugged. And as you can tell by the title of this video, yes, you read right. Today, ladies, we are going to be talking about how to take care of your fellow body part. So before I start this video, I just want to remind you, do not let anybody make you feel weird and out of place for talking about this, because we may be divided, as ladies, we may be divided as women based on a number of factors, our race, religion, creed, or whatever. But one thing unites us all together, and there's one thing that we can all establish common ground on, and it's one thing that we can all struggle with together where we unify. And this is the fact that there is a vagina between both of our legs, and let's not sugarcoat anything. We need to know how to protect it. We need to know how to take care of it so that we feel more confident about ourselves and we don't, put other people in uncomfortable situations too. So today, I am going to give you tips on how to take care of your vagina. And do not think it's not a biology lesson per se, but it's just sister to sister helping you out. And it's not weird. Don't even feel out of place, because I'm pretty sure at one point or another, sometimes you want to know, you've wondered how can I take care of it a lot more? Even if you are taking care of it very well, even if you're not, you still want to know, okay, how can I maintain it? I'm pretty sure you've thought about it a number of times too. So don't shy away from it. We are talking about this today, and hopefully I can help you sister to sister. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, when we look at our lady part, we need to know, what is it that's making it unhealthy? What can I do to better it and make it, a little less unapproachable? And just in general, how can I take care of it? And it's okay, even if you are very hygienic and you take care of it very well, it's okay to want to better it. It's okay if you want to better like the techniques that you use in order to take care of it. So the first thing you need to look at when it comes to taking care of it in general is you need to be able to identify the smell of it, and you need to know, okay, does this smell okay? Does it smell like something is wrong? And so on. Now, studies have shown that when women are describing their vagina and the healthy smell of it, they talk about there being a smell of it being pungent, or it can be ripe, or it's sour, or it's bitter, like that type of scent as well. That's what a lot of people would describe as a healthy smell, or even if there's like not really much of a scent at all. But then there's a number of causes that can lead you to feel like, okay, something may not be right. If you smell something, which is funny, if you know the general smell of your lady part, and then one day you wake up and you can tell that there's a completely different odor and it's making you feel uncomfortable, then there probably is a problem with what's going on down there. Now, there are a number of things that, from the minute things to, the very big things, that can lead to a vaginal odor. The big things being vaginal bacteria and bacterial infections and stuff like that. For example, bacteria vaginosis, usually if you wake up with a particular smell and it's accompanied by other symptoms such as redness, if it's itching, if it's burning, for example, then maybe you need to go get it checked out. Or of course, if it could be a number of STIs as well. If you're sexually active, there's a number of STIs that can contribute to the scent of, to the bad odor of your vagina as well. And also there's very small things that we are in control of, and very small, of course we're in control of like the bigger things as well, and we're in control of what it's exposed to and all of that stuff. But the minute things, for example, such as not washing your underwear after a period of time, or repeating the same underwear, and also particularly when it's that time of month, a lot of things are happening down there, and especially when there's the release of blood and everything, it can contribute to the smell of your vagina being off as well. It may not necessarily be due to a bacterial infection or anything like that. It could probably just be that the blood that you're releasing during that time of month can contribute to that kind of smell. So you need to make sure that when you're on your period in particular, you are taking extra care of your vagina as well, because you have to treat it like a temple, and you have to treat it like it's, your safe ground. You have to make sure that it is completely 100% healthy. You need to make sure that you are in control of what you eat and the things that you do in order to make sure that it smells okay. Another thing that can contribute to a bad vaginal odor that can lead to maybe a very strong fishy kind of smell, which is also a sign of a bacterial infection as well. But another small thing that is very, very easy to do is to forget that you have a tampon in you, and that can lead to shock syndrome. So toxic shock syndrome is, when the bacteria gets into your vagina after leaving your tampon in for too long, and basically it alters the pH of it, and it just alters the general health of it, causing it to deteriorate. Now, the reason why the smell of it can deteriorate and the general health of it can deteriorate is because of the harmful toxins which have just entered your body. So you need to make sure that you do not forget if your tampon is in, when you've left your tampon in, do not forget that you're wearing one, because don't make it a situation where you forget that it's there and then now it's time to change your tampon, and then the one that you forgot to take out, it goes deeper inside of you, and then that will just cause havoc. So just make sure that you remember and you're conscious of the fact that you are wearing a tampon, because it will lead to very unfortunate things that I'm pretty sure you would not want to experience. Also, not showering regularly can lead to a bacterial odor, because you're allowing the bacteria to build up over a period of time if you don't clean down there as well. Also, using soap directly inside to wash your vagina when you're bathing or you're showering or anything can also cause there to be a vaginal odor as well, because it just mixes up with the bacteria, and your vagina operates at a particular pH, so sometimes the soap can alter the pH as well. Ideally, studies show that your vaginal pH should be in between 3.8 to 4.5, which is quite acidic. So if it goes out of that, then a lot of the times that's when it begins to act up as well. Also, the type of underwear that you wear as well can also contribute to vaginal odor as well, because there are particular types of material that can trap the heat and the moisture that is released from your vagina, which can cause there to be a smell. And it also affects the general pH of your vagina as well. So it's better to get maybe a cotton kind of underwear so that it's not really as harsh on it, and it isn't as harsh in terms of trapping the heat and the moisture, because that can really alter it as well. And I'm pretty sure to be uncomfortable if you can sense that something is off. Maybe you're in a public setting, you're at work, you're at school, maybe you're at dinner with your friends or something like that, and then somehow you smell something. A lot of the times you may be able to smell that something is off. Maybe other people might not be able to smell it, depending on how bad it is. But mainly you are the first person to notice how bad the scent actually is. So make sure you're in control of that. Make sure you're in control of the amount of the type of material of underwear that you get as well, because that can contribute to bad vaginal odor. Now, of course, these are major and minute things that can contribute to your hoo-ha smelling bad, and it's not okay. But there are ways to alter the pH, and there are ways to, make sure that it smells pleasant to you as well, because I'm pretty sure, a healthy flower is a happy flower. So if you want your flower to smell good, if you want your vagina to smell good, or you want it to have, or you just want to make sure that the bad odor goes away, and it's something that you are in control of, and of course it's not anything like an STI or something like that, which may be an even bigger problem that you may need to see a professional about, and it's something that you can control. There are a number of tips that you can do in order to make sure that you feel more confident about yourself and your flower. First thing, which is pretty simple, is if you are a fan of using vaginal sprays to make it smell nicer, sweeter, and all of those things, refrain from the excessive use of those vaginal sprays, because they will alter the pH of your vagina, and also it affects the good bacteria which is created by your vagina to maintain the pH. Now, the second thing to do, which I know can be a tedious task, but it's very simple, and it's something that I'm pretty sure we're all aware of, is the fact that you need to make sure that you change your sanitary wear regularly. I know it's a chore when you're on your period and then you realize, oh my gosh, I have to change my pad, and you have to get up from what you're doing. Maybe you're watching a movie, you're watching a film, or maybe you're in class, or you're in a situation where you can't really just get up and go, and you think, oh my gosh, I have to change my pad or else, and all of those things. You need to make sure that you just do it. You need to make sure that you change your sanitary wear regularly, particularly in the first few days of your period, because that's when your flow would probably be the heaviest, those who have a heavy flow. make sure that you are conscious of the fact that you have to change your sanitary wear every so often to prevent spillages and to prevent, you know, just the general scent from building up. Because if you just leave it there for a period of time and you just allow more blood to flow out and you don't really change your pad, then it's not very sanitary, it's not very healthy, it's unhygienic, and it will affect the smell of your vagina. It also affects the pH as well, and you're more prone to getting bacterial infections as well if you just allow that bacteria to build up. Now, the third tip is in relation to your diet. There are a number of things you can eat as well which can cause, you know, which can also bring the pH of your vagina and the general smell of it to go back to a sense of normalcy. The first thing you can eat is yogurt because it contains lactobacillus, which is the good bacteria which is actually created by your vagina, so it just helps to maintain that as well. The second thing you can eat, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know of, is pineapples, because it also helps to improve the scent of it as well and just helps with the pH in general. A lot of these fruits as well are slightly acidic, so it can help to alter the pH of it as well. You know, just in case the pH goes too high, or, you know. Now, the third thing you can have is cranberry juice because there are antioxidants present in it and also helps to maintain the pH, and it makes sure that, you know, the vagina is kept at a very constant pH, something that will not, you know, go out of the range and out of the ordinary as well. So cranberry juice is good too. The fourth thing that you can have is like citrus fruits, particularly lemons, because we all know lemons are very acidic, so it can help to maintain the acidic nature of the vagina too. So having maybe lemon tea, lemon water, or just putting lemon, like, you know, your different foods when you're cooking and all of that stuff, it can be very helpful as well. Now, the fifth thing that you can also incorporate into your diet is cinnamon. And the reason why you can incorporate cinnamon is because overall it's alkaline. Alkaline spice, and it neutralizes the vagina when it becomes too acidic. So if it goes below the pH range. So basically, if it goes below that, then the cinnamon will kind of raise it up because it's more neutral, because it's an alkaline spice. So these are a few tips and tricks in terms of how you can take care of your vagina. You don't have to stop researching. Researching never stops. So even if you find more tips that you may help, you can drop them in the comments even, or just make sure that you take note of, you know, the necessary things which will help you in the long run, because at the end of the day, like I said, you will feel so much more confident if you know that you're fully hygienic and nothing smells and everything is in order. And remember, like I said, anyone who tries to make you feel bad for, you know, talking about this, or anyone who tries to make you feel bad or out of place for addressing what goes on in your body naturally, they can honestly buzz off, because you need to make sure that you are in the best condition possible, and you're in the best, you know, shape and, you know, best odor possible as well. So just make sure that you don't feel out of place when you talk about these things. Don't feel awkward, because it's something that we go through every day as females, and, you know, we gotta stick together and we have to help each other to make sure that we are the baddest we can be. So ladies, I hope this video helped you, and I hope all of these things that I mentioned helped you as well. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Stay safe, everyone. God bless you all. Bye.